Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today I've got a 1 versus 1 on Fata Morga. Playing as the Steel Legion, we've got Kirbpaign, and playing as the Chaos Demons, we have got OMC Dr. NOX. And not only have we got these two players on the pitch today, we are also joined by a wonderful co-caster by the name of Custom King. How are you doing, young man?
I'm doing great. I asked TheLaughingMax if I could cast with him, but he turned me down. So this is my
I'm your second choice. And to be fair,
backup plan.
If I had to choose between me or TheLaughingMax, I would always go for him first. But yeah, rumour has it that you're one of the best Dawn of War players in the UK. Do you want to comment on that?
I don't know where that rumour came from. My grandma got me this game for my birthday yesterday.
She's a sweet old lass, your grandma. Cool.
She knows what I like.
I'm sure she knows what a lot of people like. So anyway, we've got Chaos Demons versus the Steel Legion. Both Dr. NOX and Kirbpaign very familiar with these factions. We normally see Dr. NOX in these kind of 1v1s go for a corn kind of feel. Kirbpaign normally spams out the turrets, but that is kind of what Steel Legion kind of do. So we'll be seeing how they go about their business today.
Yeah, it'll be a very interesting match. Steel Legion.
We're seeing a very cheeky
versus Demons. I don't think I've ever actually seen this matchup playing soon.
Oh yeah, it's a good matchup considering that. I mean, to be honest, any kind of guard faction versus something a bit skew with like Demons or Necrons is always good fun to watch. We did see a Lost Soul go around doing some decapping, just denying Kirbpaign a few little bits of his economy, but they'll be able to recap that nicely and quickly. Those Lost Souls don't tend to survive much punishment when they're not in their invulnerable mode. We're not seeing much coming out from Dr. NOX's production buildings, but we are seeing an improved summoning add-on. He always goes for his tier 2 quickly so he can get that Worship of Khorne in there, and I imagine we'll just be seeing loads of Khornite demons coming out and just slapping people in close combat ASAP.
Yeah. I imagine we'll see quite a handful of Bloodletters, because they're the top Khorne unit.
Definitely, they've got the ability where they're able to leech life in close combat, which is amazing. It just gives them incredible durability and longevity in a sustained melee. We're also going to see tier 2, or should I say phase 1 rapid deployment from the relay station. So quick tier 2s for both players, not much in the way of early aggression at the moment. We're not even seeing the strategic points, or even all of them, having listening posts been popped on top of them for Kerb on the south side of things. So that's quite interesting.
It's almost like they read each other's minds.
Ready for construction.
Yeah. I mean, it's maybe this is how games should be played. Just a gentleman's agreement that, hey, tier 1's a bit cringe. Let's wait until we get into that tier 2 so we can get our good taste units out in here. We have one taste unit, Herald of Khorne, with his... Well, it's just a wonderful model. I like his like horse legs, like how the knees backwards. The blade is like, it's not even a blade, it's just a bunch of spikes and stuff. It's a glorious little trinket right there.
I like his weapon as well. It's a nice open maw kind of feel to it.
Definitely.
It's eaten a few souls in its time, you know.
Oh, I hope so. You'd think that he's collected a skull or two for the skull throne. Speaking of which, there is some skulls here to collect. The Legionnaires are on their knees, getting ready to finish capturing this relic, which is just the right time for them because now they've got time to run away. But they're not running away. They're going to stay in close combat. But they're going to be surrounded by some bloodletters, which is this is just not a great situation. They've got a little charge animation to keep them in the melee range, and that whole squad has been annihilated there.
Yeah, I mean, they were slow. They were powered by some kind of slow effect. But here we see some stormtroopers, deep strike stormtroopers, which are fairly useful. Hopefully we'll see more, and these bloodletters will be toast. If you manage.
That's it. It was doing all right until they got into close combat, and then they get very quickly mowed down. Although Dr. NOX is leaving this tarantula turret being left to build in the top corner, so not sure if that's the best place or best decision, because the tarantula turrets are known for their incredible amount of damage. We're all seeing some more deep strike. Oh, sorry, not more. They're the same ones that just went into the relay station and got a quick taxi over onto the other side of the base there.
They held cab pretty fast.
That's it.
They see the turret and they'll now aim it down, destroying it relatively quickly. These turrets are actually quite armor packed, which means they're quite hard to kill, especially on tier 1. But the tier 2 game says no. I think I'll.
Yeah, those tier 2 units are quite intense, quite lethal. I mean, these bloodletters are good against infantry, heavy infantry, and vehicles. We are seeing these guys being ferried away once again. The Pioneer's trying to get some shots in. The fire control bunker has also been upgraded with a, what would you call it, like a fortified bunker, so it's got its own little shooty bits as well, but we might even see this HQ going down here.
Well, it's possible, though I don't think it is. We've got the plasma add-on for the stormtroopers, which is going to do significant damage to these demon units.
Absolutely, but it's I mean, we've got a second squad of bloodletters coming in. We have also got a, what are you? You are the regular demon lord. He's strolling in. They're going to need a bit more firepower. They've got no relay station left, so no more deep strike stormtroopers for the moment, at the very least.
Yeah, and this HQ might actually go down indeed. I seem to underestimate the plasma on these stormtroopers.
Yeah, and I don't think that these guys get health regen or morale regen when they're fighting buildings, so they are suffering a little bit from focusing on the fire control bunker. But they've taken it down. This is not a brilliant situation for the Steel Legion to be in at this stage of the game.
Loss for Kerb.
That's it. We have got one unit of bloodletters being taken down, but I mean, we saw how much he struggled with just one before, and this one also has a demon lord in it. I do believe that the Herald of Khorne has gone Betty Buys. He most certainly has. So this is fairly much up shit's creek without a paddle. He still does. Do you still have a? Yep, he's still got a Pioneer squad, so he can still build things.
Oh yeah.
This is dangerous, man. Dangerous territory. Bloodletters.
It looks like that bloodletters are completely gone. Only with the demon lord.
That's it. With this amount of firepower coming in, that demon lord is going to be scuttled fairly quickly. But I mean, it's even if they do manage to kill this demon lord, they're going to be miles behind. I mean, what else have they got like any other secret bits built up around the map? No, they've got a relay station over on the far left-hand side of their base, so more stormtroopers are able to come through. But current economies are 71 and 30 compared to 84, so it's not amazing. It's not an amazing situation for the Steel Legion, it's considering as well that another squad of bloodletters has just popped. Bloodletters now might need a little bit of additional support. Not sure what exactly Dr. Nox is thinking of to support them in more like a range department. Might see some Zinchian units on the way, but at the moment, we're just going to see a fire bunker being rebuilt in the middle of the Steel Legion's base here.
Yeah, I mean, Kerb has a chance to do some damage.
He certainly does.
Himself, which he's not really doing.
No, he's kind of chilling out at the moment, which, you know, I mean, they say strike while the iron's hot, but I imagine Kerb at the moment is feeling a little bit rattled, a little bit shaken. He doesn't quite want to leave the base at the moment, just for the moment.
I suppose he thinks that Nox has a much better economy than he does right now.
Which in theory he should really do, shouldn't he? But he's only just now building a demonic shrine on his relics. Hasn't really been expanding while that assault was going on. Managing to stick a listening post on that relic for Kirbpaign before those Furies were able to come in. But we are now all seeing some flamers of Zinch, which these guys melt their way through infantry. So that's a wonderful supporting unit for the Khorne Berserkers here.
They are nasty little units, the Zinch flamers.
I'm not too keen on all the mouths on them as well. They've got lots of mouthy bits, which put me off. Put me off my breakfast.
Oh yeah, and their breakfast is hot chili peppers, and they share it with the world.
That's it. Speaking of hot chili peppers, the Furies are coming in, but being instantly wiped out. Those guys do not have any kind of longevity in any way, shape, or form. Once Tier 1 goes by, they become exclusively more or less a capping unit at that stage.
Yeah, I mean, he should use the Furies to decap these critical locations, which Kerb owns all three of them.
And they don't give you much in the way of additional requisition, but they do give you a little bit. which is something.
That is true.
But here comes the Demon Army, a combination of Bloodletters and Flamers of Tzeentch. The powers of Khorne and Tzeentch working in tandem, which is definitely what they do in the lore, I imagine. And that's just an insane amount of damage towards that relay station so quickly.
It is pretty upsetting to see.
Brings a single tear to one's eye.
So, yeah.
We'll get that done, sir.
But he's going down for the listening price. Looks like he's going for the economic damage. The Kirb does has his HQ back, so he's ready for the action once again.
That's it. He's got a good firing line. He's going to build up a second transfer turret around the backside of his base. So it's going to be quite hard compared to the first push in. With these Flamers of Tzeentch, if they can focus on the infantry, but these guys are just going to be manoeuvring around as quickly as possible. The Khorne Berserkers, oh sorry, not Khorne Berserkers, the Khorne Bloodletters have already had their morale broken. And once the morale is broken, they cannot regen their health. They need to stay in close combat for as long as humanly possible. Does manage to now get the Herald of Khorne in there. He's got no morale to speak of. But double turrets, they're taking out anything and everything. So only the Herald of Khorne left, and he will probably want to go home ASAP.
Absolutely. And in fact, you say that, and he does. He says, hey, I'm coming home. This is too much for me. Those tarantula turrets, kind of putting the little jelly in my legs.
That's it. He's not too keen on static defences, especially considering as well that, like we mentioned earlier, he doesn't regen health from striking buildings. So his idea is not the econ harassment. He does not want to do that. He wants to collect skulls for the Skull Throne, but that's all he's able to do at the moment. We are seeing an ammunition bunker on the way, so more goodies on the cards for Kirbpaign. What's going on in Dr. Nox's base? He is going to go for tier 3.
Tier 3, yeah.
Some more Bloodletters. Not sure if Bloodletters is the way forward anymore. We've seen them being stricken down a couple of times. Might be time to change up strategy, but he has dedicated himself to Khorne, which is the problem that once you dedicate yourself to one god, that's more or less it. You can't really deviate from that strategy.
Yes. And he needs more anti-vehicle options now. Not that he necessarily knows Kirb is going for vehicles at this point, but if he doesn't get the anti-vehicle option soon, it's going to be quite a struggle for him.
And I wonder if the Bloodletters are able to life leech off vehicles, which will be interesting to see. We are seeing that Chimera add-on, and also going to go for a Chimera Armoured Fist. So his troops will suddenly become a lot more mobile. If he sticks a couple in the Chimera, all these demonic shrines will be up for grabs. And the Bloodletters aren't very fast. So the moment that they come too close, he could just sit in the back of the Chimera, do a 3.1 turn, and then just pop them out somewhere else. I'm going to see an Ancient Juggernaut, though, which is... that's going to be a mean beast to deal with.
Oh, yeah. Really good against buildings. Hits home like a cinder block.
Also able to resist the damage by the tarantula turrets, so might be a case of wait for the Steel Legion to push out, and then once they're assaulting the demon base, just slip that Ancient Juggernaut in the back lines and let them do like a quasi kind of base trade, which is what I'd do. But then again, I'm not exactly on the same level of these players. They're kind of very, very familiar with their factions, like I say. We are seeing these deep strike stormtroopers maneuvering around, but not quite. They've got no purpose. There's still a little bit of apprehension in Kirbpaign's side.
They're just wandering about, kind of scouting, really.
Yeah, just checking the perimeters, making sure there's no other demony kind of stuff. Oh no, they're going to jump into the relay station. Of course, because they could just deep strike wherever they fancy. We're going to see a couple of infiltrated pioneers moving forward. I imagine they'll probably see if they can find a good deep striking place for these guys to come forth and rain some damage on these shrines.
Yeah.
But are they going to go all the way in? Is that what they're going to do? Are they just going to sneak? Well, to be fair, it'd be really cool. It would give the demons a taste of their own medicine, and these warp signatures being key structures for the Chaos Demons, if they could take them down as quick as you like, that will stop them from generating any kind of green money, which is what they desperately need to get out these big kind of units.
Absolutely. Going for those warp signatures as quickly as possible is always key against demons, because it really harms their economy.
But he's been spotted. Oh, that's unfortunate. And the Ancient Juggernaut sees these boys and says, "No, out of my house." And over off in the distance, we are seeing the Khorne Berserkers quickly taking out the, whatever building that was. It was like quite tall, like ammunition bunker times 2. Oh, it was a good idea. It was a good idea, Kerr, but not quite there in the execution.
Nah, I should have built it a bit more in his base. Give him more time to build it. But we do have an assault variant Chimera, which is going to just shred through these demon units.
So that's a lot of firepower coming in. They're not going to be able to handle it all that well, though. Double ancient Juggernauts. Might have been wise to have summoned those Juggernauts and got them into combat first before moving the Khorne demons in, but we'll take it. That Armoured Fist Chimera is going to be shredded fairly quickly. Also going to tie up these Deep Strike Stormtroopers. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Oh, good.
Oh, yeah. And,
there's that charge animation going on there.
Quite the float from a... Oh. Yeah, these are strange Juggernaut models.
But yeah, like I say, quite a big flirt for Kerb over here. Current economies are 1, 10, and 39 compared to 95 and 0, but that's because the demons do weird things with green money. So both players got a lot of money to play with. They're just focusing on their micro at the moment, I would say.
Yeah. Really concentrating against each other here.
And these ancient Juggernauts have turned the tide quite considerably. Yeah, okay, fair enough. They're not called Khorne demons. What are they called? Bloodletters, that's what they're called. They've been wiped out more or less instantly, but ancient Juggernauts, they're sticking around and they're about to lose all their chimeras. What else have you got planned, Mr. Kirbpaign? You are going to go for some more assault variants for the chimeras, but we've established that that's not going to help you against these ancient Juggernauts. You need to step it up. Oh, gentleman's agreement, they're going to walk back home. Why? What is the purpose of this? Have you just suddenly became a pacifist?
Maybe he just felt bad for kicking Kerb when he's down.
I mean, maybe he did. I mean, to be fair, Khorne is not only about bloodlust, it's also about honour on the battlefield. Although maybe he's also worried that going into the base for those tarantula turrets, with their models being quite low health, probably bringing them back to the demonic shrine so they can recover themselves and then go for an even bigger and badder push. It doesn't seem like he's recruiting any more extra stuff. He is building up a warp gate, so maybe he's just going to transition exclusively over to the bigger demons and vehicle side of things, which kind of makes sense for now.
Oh. Yeah. Once he gets his bigger demons, Kerb's kind of in the toilet because you can't really do anything against bigger demons.
No, he's got his tank destroyers, tanks, I think, but against greater demons, I don't think they're amazing. So we'll have to see what goes on with that.
It'll be a real war.
Trojan ready to help.
Indeed. That's Demon Portal having one Juggernaut being snuck inside of it. Does take up 2 teleporting slots, so we'll be getting any extra boys in there. There's some demonic obliterators being researched as well. So I might see some range support for those guys, which is definitely what Dr. Nox needs at the moment. Got some missile launchers on these Legionnaires. And a Trojan as well, just building up things, which I love the Trojan repairing animation where it just picks up like a little thing from its door hatch. It's just quite cute, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go, Trojan. You do you.
It is a little sad that that's the only repair thing that the Steel Legion has. Their own builders can't actually repair anything.
But considering that they can build, they can go infiltrated, they are a multiple unit, well, the multiple model unit rather than a singular one. They could do a hell of a lot, and they're also not too bad in combat, so I think that's probably why the repairing option was taken from them. I've seen a tank bunker being built up as these ancient Juggernauts have been chased away by these assault variant chimeras.
Being slapped by the rocket hunter missiles.
Oh yeah, definitely. The Hunter Killer missile is nothing to be sniffed at. Quite a good vehicle counter, especially when you've got 3 of them. But what's coming out of you, tank bunker? What are we going to see? Oh, which one have you gone for? Have you gone for your... I assume he's gone for his mechanized fist. Or armored fist, or whatever you call it, just because we're seeing those deep strike stormtroopers.
Yeah, I think I believe he has gone the infantry path as well. All the strategic players call it.
Ah. We are seeing Phase 2 heavy deployment, so Tier 3 on the way for Kirb. We are seeing some more deep strike stormtroopers on the way, but very little in the way of activity. Well, when I say little in the way of activity, we are seeing activity, but not much coming out at the moment.
They're all kind of on standby, waiting for the next person to make the move.
Oh, and I thought this secondary warp gate was a machine warp gate, but it's not. This confused me because the Emperor's Children have got a very... they've actually got the same building model for it, so that confused me. Blood Crusher on the way. He's very speedy, and also a much more agreeable model. Oh dear, those poor builders trying to sneak back in, but he was like, nope, you are for my dinner, thank you very much. Good lord. Here we go, the missile boys coming out of the Chimera assault variants, taking out that demonic shrine, and then they've taken it, and I thought, right, okay, well, we're not going to stick around, we're just going to move out, which is what I want to see from those hit-and-run tactics.
Doesn't want to see anything to do with that Blood Crusher.
Nah, he's fast, he's nimble, does a lot of damage in close combat, so the fairer away they can be, the better. We've got Salamander Scout Tank coming out, which, what's your plan? Are you just going to chill out around here and maybe defend this? Oh, he's got a fire control bunker down here. Why? Yeah. What is your function?
Maybe just to keep him alive and cockroach.
Maybe. Well, I suppose he's currently... Kirb has got access to all the critical locations, so any huge unit from the Chaos Demons won't be able to come out until they capture one critical location, which they just haven't. They've not focused on it so far. So that might come back to bite them later on.
Maybe. But both are just kind of touching with seeing which angle should they go for the attack, and both are kind of wanting to attack, but don't really know if it's the right time to. But it looks like NOX is going for the full commitment here. Kirb stays in defense.
Yep, quite a strong front line with these ancient juggernauts and a blood crusher. They'll make very quick work of the transport turrets, giving time for these bloodletters to get in. But on the right hand side of this engagement, we do have a significant amount of tanks and infantry, all armed with missiles, so it will be good for them to focus on the blood crushers. A sneaky amount of deep strike stormtroopers coming from the back of the tanks as well, so it allows the tanks to kind of screen for these firing units at the back, and morale being broken on all these demons, so they're going to be crumbling very, very quickly. That's not a good situation for them to be in at all.
Well, they borrow the ancient Juggernaut's time to deal with some buildings here.
That's it, but not a single listening post being taken down at the moment. They have managed to take down the tank building, but, I mean, attacking production at this stage of the game, not sure that's going to help them. I mean, what kind of economy are they on at the moment? Actually, maybe production might be the way forward, considering that they've got money to spare, but I'm not sure if Dr. Nox would know this at the moment.
No.
That's in the Slaughter Fiend, cutting up these Legionnaires
both
down over here.
Floating as well.
Oh yeah, they've both got quite the heavy float. But I've seen this trench turrets being upgraded with las cannons. Ancient Juggernaut on the way out, so that's all them wiped out. Blood Crusher's still quite healthy though, and with a Slaughter Fiend on the way. The Slaughter Fiend, you know what? I don't rate the Slaughter Fiend all that much. He doesn't seem to have the same kind of durability as a... oh, what's the Thousand Suns version called? I do believe it's a Deceiver. I've never seen a Slaughter Fiend doing all that well in an engagement.
No, I think it's entirely melee based as well, so it really kind of struck because it gets kited so easily.
Man, this Blood Crusher is just putting in the work, like, nothing's really stopping him. He's just going backwards and forwards, keeping all these tanks inside their base. We're also going to see some demonic obliterators coming in to provide additional firing support, so... and these guys will just shred through anything they target. They've got Gatling guns, they've got las cannons, they've got... you name it. It's on their roster.
Yeah. Yeah, Blairers are into play. They'll deal with the Chimeras fairly well. Or stealthed Stormtroopers, but they are immediately detected by the Blood Crusher.
Oh, no, I did not know that the Blood Crusher had infiltration detection. That's incredibly useful. Not sure why he's got infiltration detection, but he's got it all right, and these guys, regardless of whether they've got it or not, are going to fall back as the Steel Legion continue to unmask their numbers. The Blood Crusher very low on health now, so might want to decide to go home. Are we seeing anything being built up in the base? Another ancient Juggernaut is coming to town, and we are seeing another webway gate, so we're just more warp signatures. We're playing the long game, baby.
Oh yeah. I think this game's over half an hour long.
I was going to say, when I watch the first 2 minutes of this, I tend to like watch that yellow bar on the bottom right go up and say, well, based on 2 minutes, this is going to be about half an hour, but maybe even longer. This is quite a considerable setup. I did not anticipate this. I do apologise if you were busy later on during the day, Mr. King.
No, that's alright. Kirb just not going for the counter push like he should do right now.
Yeah. Now is the time to really go for it. I wonder if it's because he hasn't got his big tanks out yet. He's getting his infantry accuracy, and yeah, I just think he's lacking the armoured. I mean, when I say he's lacking the armour component, he's got the tanks. Yeah, no, you're right. Just go in.
Yeah.
Never mind me being polite. Just go in and start murdering things. If he pushed now, there's nothing that they could really do. He's got his Doom Pit as Dr. Nox, and going for some Demon Claw obelisks. So he's now setting up his own kind of defences. So with every second that goes by, the Demon's base is going to be even harder to assail. On the far right-hand side, we do have our fire control bunker as well as some more generator plants. So, again, very unusual place to build them, but sod it, why not? Why not build things there?
Yeah, who are we to judge, right?
Exactly. Oh my goodness, we're seeing a Cyclops. We are seeing a Cyclops. Everyone stop for a moment. Drop what you're doing. If you have got this game alt-tabbed and you're actually doing something worthy and useful with your life, stop right now. Look at this peak of engineering running down the pitch here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that is a tasty unit.
You know what it reminds me of? If you ever seen Star Wars, it reminds me of those little droids that run along on the ships.
Yeah. Now, sadly, he's going to go past some Demon Claw obelisks. In fact, he's going to stop right in their path. Can he get into somewhere useful before he explodes? Hey! He does something. He destroys a building that was mid-build. Oh, did he? Oh, no, they're just going to start rebuilding it. Oh, that was anticlimactic, but it was fun. It's kind of like the Deathcore Krieg's... what is it called? A Siegfried? Something like that?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, it's not the most useful tanks. In fact, it's not even a useful tank, so... But hey, we love it.
It does okay damage, but they're easily shot down. They're more of, I think, a cheap spam unit.
Alright, this is getting ridiculous, boys. Come on, start moving.
Give me some action.
Give me some action, baby. We're seeing some horses. I don't know why we're seeing horses at this stage of the game, but we are certainly seeing them.
Well, maybe they see the blood crush and think we need some cavalry of our own.
Yes. You're not the only ones that can ride on the back of something. And well, these four horsemen, much like the Goliath or whatever we called it, they're just gonna, by the looks of things, just charge into the massed formation of the Khorne demons for no reason. Oh no! Never mind.
Sacrifice for the greater good.
Never mind. They're not even going to charge in. They're just gonna. Dear oh dear. Custom King, if you was in this situation, what would you do? What would your idea be if you was either player?
If I was demons, I would try and finish Kirb off, and if I was Kirb, I would do a counter attack, do some eco damage. I mean, you got these warp signatures here, which are super squishy. Maybe 2 shots from the ground.
I get you. I mean, the idea was good when he snuck those pioneers behind the front lines, but he didn't. They died. They died fairly quickly.
Wow. Once the what was it? Was it the blood pressure that sniffed them out? Yeah, they got chewed up and span out pretty fast.
We have seen tier 4 for what's his face for Kirbpaign, and we are seeing some Armageddon pattern basilisks. Oh, is that what he's waiting for? Right, so he's waiting for the big units. He's got his critical location, so he's thinking, right, I could just sit here. I might not be able to push in and win, but if I just sit around for long enough and get my big units out, I can then win just automatically. So realistically, the actual onus to attack is on Dr. Nox. And thank goodness we are seeing some movement. Core blimey. Slaughterfiend leading the charge. Blood Crusher also jumping in, pushing in front of the queue, murderizing them. And the push continues. Breathe a sigh of relief.
Squad. That's a interesting name. Ebon Geists. They're basically the Shadow Horrors.
Makes me think of those little demons from Kingdom Hearts, if you've ever played that game.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. There we go. The assault has begun. The Basilisk... Was there a Basilisk firing? Yep, the Basilisk is on the ridge. A Bloodfest. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Get him in the base. Slap some people around. So that Basilisk is thinking, holy shit, the ridge was meant to keep me safe. But it isn't. On the...
They didn't tell me about wings.
Damn it. On the far right side, we are seeing some Deep Strike Stormtroopers making very quick work of all the infantry on this side here, as well as some tanks moving in on the left-hand side. Bloodfest are just absolutely murdering anything inside the base. No one's able to take him down as of yet, but I'm sure that once they've taken away all this random stuff on the outside, they'll concentrate on him. The Slaughterfiend goes down, not really doing much, not even taking out the tank bunker. Lots of blue horrors. Lots of blue horrors left over.
So it's quite a funny mechanic when you kill a pink horror, a blue one spawns. But you can't control it.
Yeah. Just kind of chill out there, don't they, until maybe like a time lapses. We have seen the Ebon guys get out a bunch of red horrors. Red horrors firing out their big fireballs. And oh, where did you come from?
Storm Sword.
Storm Sword. Look at that. Big, beefy cannon. Absolutely wiping out those Ebon guys, although the tank bunker has gone down. Bloodfest has killed the HQ once again. We've got double ancient Juggernauts, but then again, like you say, he's managed to build up a fire bunker on the other side of the map, so... And I don't even know if Kirbpaign knows that the secondary fire bunker exists, so he might think he's in the home stretch.
Yeah. And we have a great unclean one as well, chasing off that Storm Sword.
Yeah, with his stubby little legs, Stormlord will bring him over onto this side. Not sure if he wants to reveal this area of the map for him. Might want to stand his ground a little bit.
Yeah, probably wants to go the other direction.
Yeah.
Maybe take the Great Unclean one towards these Chimeras, man.
That's it, and look at that. That's exactly what he's doing. The Chimeras are going down, but with every Chimera that goes down on the airstrip on the top far right of the map, he's just going to bring in some Leman Russ Conquerors. And those boys pack quite the wallop. And the Great Unclean one not really doing all that much damage to the Storm Sword.
No, but it is quite tanky and is eating all these shots from all the units around there.
Kirbpaighn's base now more or less wiped out. There are a couple of listing posts left in there, but will be taken care of fairly quickly. Storm Sword says, you know what? I'm going to bees away, but then turns around. He's quite indecisive of what he wants from his Storm Sword at the moment. Bloodfest are going to ignore those.
I order food takeaway.
Hey, I'm sure you have a wonderful taste in food, especially in the takeaway department. We are seeing the Bloodfester, who's now managed to... He's done his tour around the base. He's killed all the listing posts at least once, but he is soon to be brown bread. And there he goes. He goes down. So this is... I'm not quite sure who's came out on top of this. We are still seeing epic units coming from Kirbpaign here, but he has lost most of his base. The Chaos Demons do have a lot more bounce back ability, considering that they've still got most of their production structures. Current economies are 58 and 54 compared to 200, but the flirt on both players is incredible. Doesn't matter if you've killed all the listening posts, they could just build everything back up more or less instantly.
They do just bounce right back with that kind of flight.
Ready for duty.
Another Lehman Russ Conqueror is in the mix. The Storm Sword has gone down, but he's just going to keep on building up bigger tanks. And the Great Clean one is no more. So that is a thing.
To build is to
Yeah,
conquer.
you could say he's clean.
Ah, he's been cleaned off the map.
Yes.
Yes. Age of Juggernauts, look at them go. Best friends forever. They've been through it all.
Did they bunny hop?
They do a little bunny hop. And their charge animation is just them headbanging from front to back. It's
To build
quite adorable, actually.
Wow. Clearly, yeah, some kind of fans of death metal.
Oh, everyone loves a bit of death metal. Cradle of Filth, stick that on at my wedding.
Oh yeah.
ready for orders, sir.
Amphetamine, what an album, you know? Back when music was music and it wasn't blooming Kesha. Although then again, in saying that, I do quite like Kesha, so... Or the artist formerly known as Keh $Ha.
Ready for duty. You can count on us.
Very interesting.
Yeah, thank you. So those ancient juggernauts, they're causing all sorts of issues, but... What are we building? What are we building? Dr. Nox, we are going to go for another Bloodthirster. We are going to go for another Greater Demon of Khorne. Sorry, Greater Demon of Nurgle. All of Change? Where on earth is that? Oh, he's on the field already.
Oh yeah.
So just transitioning to big demons. He has now seen this fire bunker control, and there is no one to defend it. A Storm Sword is on the way. It will take a fair while to get out. Not sure if the Lord of Change can take on this fire control bunker in that time, especially with two Lehman Russ Conquerors quickly manoeuvring over.
Seems to just be tickling the HQ, really.
Yeah. So he's going to decide to turn his attention to the generator plants. Where have those guys gone? They've been thrown away. Oh, that is wonderful. I mean, not wonderful for them, but certainly a visual treat.
Oh yeah.
This Lord of Change having a little bit more of success at slapping down these Lehman Russ Conquerors.
Yes, but will it? Well, we got another Storm Sword out, and maybe he might pick some turds with this Lord of Change.
Oh, but never mind. He's just going to decide to slow-mo everything else down. So I do believe it's a case of... I'm not exactly sure how this ability works, but it slows some things down, but not other things. I'm not exactly sure why.
Well, interesting. Perhaps it's a bugged feature.
By the way, it's a very aesthetically pleasing ability.
Oh yeah. But we've got these Lehman Russ tanks just chasing it away. Lord of Change is trying to keep itself alive. I suppose it's trying to... Nox is trying to get out the old Bloodthirster.
The Bloodthirst finished. The Great and Clean one's not too much behind at 56%. So I'm able to see the whole Pantheon with the exception of Slaanesh, because obviously going Khorne path means that there's no Slaanesh for you. That's fine. I want to keep this cast to be PG-13. I don't want to see the Slaaneshi model, as it is quite a spicy model, if I remember correctly. Very little in the way of clothing on it.
Leaves little to the imagination.
And I like my imagination much better than reality. So Khorne, Bloodthirster, he's going to be cracking down on that airstrip, which is exactly what we want to do, prevent them from building up any more Storm Swords.
Yes. And of course, it's doing a lot better job than the Lord of Change would.
At the moment, we're not seeing Kerb rebuilding anything on the map at the moment, so he's lost his airstrip, he's only got his fire control bunker, and it looks like GG, I believe.
Yeah, it does look like the GG.
I mean, it's been emotional. I mean, we've seen... Even
The
though...
tile's not being thrown in yet. Kerb is a stubborn player.
Oh, absolutely. He will fight until the absolute bittermost end. Yeah, they've got no recruitment buildings left, have they?
Ready, Commander.
No.
So why are they not dead?
It's the listening posts.
Oh, okay, right. So,
Count on us.
you know what? I'm going to call this.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that the Chaos Demons win, because looking at my timer at the bottom, we've got another like 4 or 5 minutes left. I don't see them coming back from this amount of Chaos Demon stuff on the map. So thank you very much, Custom King, for joining me for this cast. Would you like to tell the audience about anything that you do in your time?
I'm a Dawn of War player.
That's good.
I'm not. I work. I'm a chef in a kitchen, which is a very work-filled, very busy man I am.
Do you happen to do anything on the YouTubes by any chance that you might want to share with the audience?
Yes, of course I do. I started up a new channel. My old one I kind of forgot about, so I decided to start up a new one. It's called Custom King, where I'll be posting all kinds of juicy videos about Dawn of War and other games that I play.
Marvellous, fantastic stuff. So I'll put a link in the description of this video, so if you are enjoying Custom King's addition to these casts, please do have a look at his channel and give him a cheeky little subscribe. Because we've done a co-cast together, haven't we? That's going up online for yours fairly soon, so be free to check that bad boy out. All right then, let's wrap this up then. So, mine's been Miss Landshark. Pleasure as always, never chore. I will see you in a bit. Peace.
Peace.